A picture-perfect Friday afternoon at the Palace as we catch up with the one and only Secretariat, the 1973 Triple Crown winner, in the beautiful paddock at Belmont Park. Off and running from the paddock to the third floor. Boy, we got up here fast. It's the Mig, Richard Migliore, Jason Blewitt. Glad you're all with us. Hope you're having a great Preakness Eve. And we've got this Friday live edition of Belmont Insider and a lot to talk about as we get into a huge weekend of racing.
Yeah, so we can't make any mistakes. We are live, and the magic of television doesn't allow us to redo it. And actually, you said from the paddock to the third floor. I was running from my office down here, so if I'm a little shiny, I apologize.
You made it, though. Congratulations. The post time for this show was 6 p.m., and we got the Mig with us, and we have got Ben's Cat. We've got a lot to talk about regarding the Friday action at Pimlico. I think none more impressive, though, regarding all the winners than the 9-year-old Ben's Cat as we see how he did in the Jim McKay. Let's go to Dave Robin off the quarter pole.
Along in a 21-3 opening quarter mile. Bold Thunder's up top from Brewing by a length, and Amelia's Wild Ride is in third. Dreams Gone Wild is racing fourth to the inside. Here's Ben's Cat. Ben's Cat is fifth and swinging outside for the stretch drive here at Pimlico. It is Bold Thunder with a 4-length lead shifting toward the center of the course. Ben's Cat's got dead aim and staying straight. Here comes
We apologize for the transmission we got from Pimlico as we catch up with Ben's Cat, who puts in this furious, not to be denied, resolute rally down on the fence. Mig, how about this 9-year-old gelding by Parker Stormcat, who is now 29 for 47 in his career and was winning the McKay Turf Sprint for the 4th time in the last 5 seasons.
Just an amazing racehorse. Epitomizes what you want in a racehorse. All heart, shows up every time. He's earned well over $2 million now, and for his newly minted Hall of Fame trainer, King Leatherberry, this has to be maybe the best horse he's ever trained.
Called it a Hollywood script. I think that is the right kind of statement with Ben's Cat. It was just terrific in the 10th running of the Jim McKay Turf Sprint. A bit later, 3-year-old fillies on a day all about the women down at Pimlico. Well, they went to the post in the Grade 2 $250,000 Black-Eyed Susan. And who, as we pick it up off the far turn, who wins more of these big races with big prices than trainer Dale Romans, who engineered the upset with Keen Pauline?
Well, once again, shows you speed is always dangerous, and Javier Castellano's aggression paid off handsomely here as he took them essentially gate to wire and stole the Black-Eyed Susan. I think the Maryland State Police are looking for Javier about now. When they go 49 and you're on a decent horse, school is out, boys. You just handed him the purse.
He's got his bandit mask on, and he'll just ride off into the sunset out of town. Javier Castellano at the top of his game, and he'll be aboard the new shooter in Preakness 140 tomorrow, Divining Rod. Now that we got the girls out of the way, we can check out what's going on with the 3-year-old Colts and Preakness number 140. And Bob Baffert knows what it takes to win the second jewel of the Triple Crown, and he will run American Pharaoh, his Kentucky Derby winning favorite, who does have to deal with that inside post tomorrow down at Pimlico.
See, I think it simplifies things. I know a lot's being made of it, and I think it gives you one option. You have speed, you're on supposedly the best horse. Go to the lead and let everybody adjust around you. Don't get fancy. Don't reinvent the wheel. American Pharaoh's fast. Let him use that speed.
I like the tactics going in. We'll see what Victor Espinoza does when they ring the bell. We're certainly here at Belmont and at Naira rooting for him to get it done in the second leg of the Triple Crown. And all of Bob Baffert's 4 previous Kentucky Derby winners came back to take the Preakness Stakes down in Maryland. Standing in his way, his heralded stablemate, Dortmund. He's only got the 1 blemish, was 3rd. Never really gave way too badly in the Kentucky Derby, and he'll look to turn the tables on American Pharaoh from post number 2.
Well, he's right outside of him. I'm sure as a trainer of 2 horses that are top contenders, you wouldn't want to see them right on top of each other, but you don't get to pick your post positions, and you hope both riders break straight and they don't get in each other's way. Dortmund's a big, imposing individual, and you wouldn't want him making body contact with American Pharaoh, another strong colt. And the horse that got the best of the draw was Firing Line.
Who's got the iconic Hall of Fame rider, Gary Stevens, on his back. Gary has already ridden 3 Preakness winners, and he's aboard this horse who handled the 1.25 miles well in the Kentucky Derby and might even be a bit better cutting back to 16th, and he gets post number 8 to boot.
Well, he gets the opportunity to watch everything going on inside of him, any cat and mouse games that might be being played. He's fast enough to be in the race, and Gary Stevens is shrewd enough that if American Pharaoh doesn't use his speed and he gets in behind horses, you know he's never letting him out of that pocket. He is going to ride American Pharaoh as much as he's going to ride Firing Line, and I think that's why it forces their hand to use his speed.
He was the Derby rookie, and trainer Simon Cowell Callahan, many people like him to upset the Baffert duo in tomorrow's Preakness Stakes. Javier Castellano looking for that Black-Eyed Susan Preakness Stakes double. We hope you used his big long shot Friday and that rolling double, and Javier will get aboard the real legit new shooter. If you had to pick one new shooter, there's only two. He's clearly the main danger to the three that are dropping out of the Derby as we look at his win in the Coolmore Lexington.
Yeah, his Lexington was good, and it was definitely a step forward, and he rated just off the pace, something he hadn't shown the ability to do before. Julien Leparoux got him in behind horses. He took the kickback. He came out in the clear. He finished well. Of course, he's going to have to take another step forward, but he really has the appearance of a horse that can. He's fresh. He's talented, and I think if anybody's dangerous to the top three out of the Derby, it's him.
And I don't think Tappet, who is missing very little from his resume as a stallion, I don't think he's got a Preakness win to his credit yet. Might that be Divining Rod tomorrow for the Jacksons?
Well, if it's not Divining Rod, there's one out there in his future. He just throws too many good horses, and he seems like he gets every base covered. Sprinters, rooters, dirt, turf, you name it, the Tappets can do it.
Any shot of giving us a free season from Gainesway? Work on that.
Yeah, I don't think there's any shot, but I'll give it a try.
All right, yeah. Get on the phone after this edition of Insider wraps up in about a half hour, but we got to talk about the Friday action today at Belmont Park. Plenty of turf, plenty of dirt. John Abriel had the call and a good crowd on hand on this Preakness Eve. It is race number 3. That's where we're going. 6 furlongs on the main with this allowance optional claimer for New York Breds 3 and up.
And they're off, a steadying start for number 4, Wake Up and Malibu, and he's at the back of the pack. Out for the lead, Escape to the Moon. Escape to the Moon in front by a length. In tight there down at the rail is Posse-licious as the Big Deluxe goes up to challenge Escape to the Moon for the lead. Bass River Road is racing in third. Station Chief is now up to fourth. On the outside is Bluegrass Flash in fifth. Posse-licious is down at the rail. Alongside is Bug Juice. And farther back is the trailer, Wake Up in Malibu. The first quarter, 23 seconds. The Big Deluxe, the favorite on the outside, and Long Shot Escape to the Moon down at the rail with Bass River Road just in behind, racing in third. Then comes Station Chief, followed by Bluegrass Flash. Wake Up in Malibu on the far outside, 3/16 to the wire, and the Big Deluxe is in front. Escape to the Moon down at the rail in second. Then Bass River Road. The Big Deluxe in front by 3 as they come on down to the finish. The Big Deluxe is the winner, and Long Shot Escape to the Moon held on for second over Bass River Road.
Here's your lunch pail kind of New York bred gray 5-year-old. The Big Deluxe, he's by Silver Wagon. He's now 9 for 31 in his career. Just brings it every time he leaves the starting gate.
Got to admire and appreciate horses like this. Runs much in the manner of his father, too. Head out and down, really reaching for the ground. And I think this flatters another gray horse who he hasn't been able to beat recently, named Be Bullish. I think it speaks to the form that Be Bullish had been in through the winter and heading into the spring. But this was a real nice performance. And we were talking off camera, a $78,000 purse for an optional claim in race in New York. Why would you want to race anywhere else?
Get with the program. It's a no-brainer. And when you venture out into open company, as the Big Deluxe has had to do in the past and has done in the past well, you're running for breeders and owners bonuses to boot.
Yeah, everybody, the breeder, the owner, the stallion owner, everybody is getting something from the New York Stallion bonus awards, or the New York Breeding bonus awards, I should say. And you know what they say, they start with an advantage. Well, they certainly do. With the size of the purses, you don't need much more advantage.
No, absolutely. And out of My Lady Doc, the Big Deluxe is, and trivia buffs will recall, she is the dam of Day at the Spa. I'd like to own her. She's a good one, I'll tell you, and we'll see what shakes out as we've got plenty more turf coming your way. Preakness Day at beautiful Belmont Park here tomorrow, Saturday, May 16th. We'll have that early first post of 12 noon. The live racing, the Wing Festival, presented by Coors Light, a $10 donation to the Wounded Warrior Project. And there's no better place to watch the second leg of the Triple Crown than right here at Belmont Park.
It's comfortable. You got the beautiful backyard. You got wings going on as well, and for a good cause, obviously. And it's a lot more relaxing. Yeah, Pimlico's a great party, but getting in and out of there with all those people is tough.
there's just something about the communal experience on big racing days, even if they're via the simulcast monitors. Pimlico, by the way, on track in high definition, and it looks pretty good. The old girl was looking pretty good on this Black Eyed Susan Friday, and we hope you'll join us here all weekend long, especially tomorrow for that card that begins at noon. Let's move on to race number 6. Friday's action continues. We are on the turf, and we go back to Johnny I.
Now moves up, and there goes Robillard. Robillard to the front. Striking Impact has moved into second. Striking Style is now back in third. Lucky Nancy E's on the outside and fourth, with Hale Cornell in fifth. JC's American Dream down at the rail runs in sixth, with Lucknow in seventh. Aknaha is eighth, a break of 3. More Than a Warning trails the field in ninth. They're heading up the backstretch after an opening quarter in 24 and 4/5 seconds. And it's Robillard, the leader here. Robillard by 3/4 of a length. Lucky Nancy E. Striking Impact, they're right together, second and third. And Striking Style is fourth, 2.5 from the front. Hale Cornell, JC's American Dream right together. Then it's Aknaha. Alongside is Lucknow. More Than a Warning is the trailer. The half was run in 48 and 3/5 seconds. And it's still Robillard, the one to catch here. Robillard by a half length. Striking Impact is in second. Lucky Nancy E on the extreme outside. Striking Style just in behind the front runners. Then it's Hale Cornell and Lucknow, followed at the rail by JC's American Dream. At the back, More Than a Warning and Aknaha. 3/4 went in 1:12 and 3. It is Robillard, and here comes Striking Style on the outside. Robillard's in front. Striking Style is all out in second. Lucknow now moves into third. There's a 16th to the wire, and Robillard is going to take them wire to wire. Robillard, a front-running winner. Striking Style was second. Lucknow finished third. Aknaha came on for fourth. Aknaha will complete the trifecta.
Sheikh Mohammed, he's got an okay one here in the form of a homebred for Godolphin by Distorted Humor. Right up off a maiden win at Keeneland. She stepped up in class, but it was no problem today.
And she looked great in the paddock. She really made a great appearance and really finished the deal. 2 for 2 on the turf now. And the Kieran McLaughlin train just keeps on rolling. They are hitting at such a high percentage and doing everything right. Kieran's a great trainer, and he's got a great team behind him.
And it's not a case of these horses being one-hit wonders. They got the money last time out at Keeneland, and I'm sure they wanted to win that race at 4-1, but she took a step forward. It wasn't like she just showed up with the big effort in April and today came back and didn't fire. Another step forward for a filly who maybe has stakes in her future, and a good return. I think we need to mention really quickly the runner-up who went out for trainer Michael Match, Striking Style, who ran well in her 4-year-old debut.
Yeah, now she did, and coming off the bench as well. And a guy that definitely knows how to get horses prepared too, puts a lot of miles underneath him. But think about the embarrassment of riches, the trainers you're talking about. Very accomplished people.
Absolutely, and even mentioning Kieran, we hope from 3 weeks at a day we'll have Frosted in the starting gate in the 147th running of the Belmont Stakes. No Preakness. We hope the Test of the Champion is in the cards for him, as Big Red, a former Belmont Stakes winner, looms in the background, and we get onto the foreground with John Embrial in the booth for the call of Friday's 8th.
And the rough. Persnickety from the outside, Petal Princess from the rail. And it is Petal Princess who takes the lead. Hard to Stay, Not Go, and Court Dancer. They're right together, second and third. Persnickety is back running in fourth, and Hill House High is fifth, with Distorted Beauty, the trailer, in sixth. It's a battle up front between Petal Princess and Hard to Stay, Not Go. They are on even terms going around the far turn, the quarter 22-1. Court Dancer sits right behind the battling front runners, then a break of 3 to Hill House High, who's down at the rail, followed by Persnickety and Distorted Beauty, who begins to pick it up on the outside now. Hard to Stay, Not Go. And down at the rail, it's Petal Princess. Here comes Distorted Beauty on the extreme outside and rallying up to the lead. Distorted Beauty has swept by them all. Petal Princess, along with Court Dancer and Persnickety on the outside. But it is Distorted Beauty, and she made that decisive move coming to the top of the stretch, and Distorted Beauty wins handily. Persnickety up for second, Petal Princess was third.
Good to have this New York bred filly by Invisor back. Distorted Beauty. Wow, was this a good-looking seasonal debut?
Real nice performance. Fired big off the bench for Bruce Levine, a trainer who I think is very underrated. Doesn't get the credit he deserves most of the time. And maybe get off to a bit of a slow start here at Belmont, but that won't last. He's a winner, and this filly's a winner. And we've seen this the last few days. Horses coming off of layoffs, firing well at shorter distances, almost like they're fresh enough where they can really get involved.
And she'll improve as she gets this race, A, under her belt, and B, I think she stretches out in distance because she was very solid last fall going long. Lost a tough one here on Columbus Day in the Pebbles behind Lady Lara, a horse that's going to take a lot of money on that Belmont undercard in the Longines Just a Game. And I just also like, aside from the New York bred package, and she's trained by Bruce Levine, I like that she's by Invasor, who really, for the most part, didn't pass along that greatness, but she's a good one. She got the Invasor genes.
Yeah, she's a good one, and I like that she shows speed going long, but she can come from well back sprinting, and I like horses that are that versatile. She's a nice filly.
All right, let's move on to a few other highlights. In fact, we get you up to speed with everything else that happened on this Friday afternoon at Belmont Park. 1, 2, 4, 5, 7, and 9 with Johnny I.
The Kennesaw Cats on the outside. Quit Smoking ran a half in 47-2. The Kennesaw Cat drawing right alongside now. The Kennesaw Cat and Quit Smoking. Nejma is 5 lengths behind. The Kennesaw Cat has taken over and gets away from Quit Smoking. The Kennesaw Cat wins the opener here by almost 4 lengths. Quit Smoking was second, then Nejma, Senora Sophia, and way back Crazy Over Easy is last. The field is at the top of the stretch. They have caught and they have passed Majestic Empire. Castellani is the new leader with Ansible in second, and here comes Bishop's Pond now kicking in on the outside. Castellani, Bishop's Pond on the outside. Bishop's Pond now takes over in deep stretch, and it will be Bishop's Pond. A length and a half winner. Castellani was second, then Ansible and Tizette. Wild Finish and Assured Victory right together at the top of the stretch. Summit County has come off the rail and is racing in third out in the middle of the track. Wild Finish takes over now from Assured Victory. Summit County continues to gain. Candyman E is in with a chance as they pass the 16th pole. Wild Finish clear now. Wild Finish, the winner here by 3. Candyman E got up for second, tight for third between Summit County and Assured Victory. It's over from Carolinian. Smokeham's Charm is on the move on the outside. Leilani's Ticket with the lead over Smokeham's Charm. Leilani's Ticket, something left here in the stretch. Leilani's Ticket is now clear, and clear by 3. Smokeham's Charm in second, followed by Chilton and Tug of War. Leilani's Ticket, a 4-length winner. Smokeham's Charm was second, a photo for third between Tug of War and Chilton. By 3 lengths. Spuntastic getting closer now. Shotgun Love is tiring and drifting out. Spuntastic will come through on the inside. Women Win is down at the rail as they pass the 8th pole. Shotgun Love trying to hold off Spuntastic. Shotgun Love, Spuntastic, then Women Win. Spuntastic now takes the lead. Then Shotgun Love and Women Win. Spuntastic the winner. Spuntastic takes it. Looked like Women Win got up for second. It'll be a photo with Shotgun Love. Then behind the front runners, Roman's Paradise is on the outside. 3/4 went in 1:11-4, and the field is in the stretch. Here comes Roman's Paradise up on the outside to power to the lead. And Point Hope is putting in a late run. But it is Roman's Paradise in front. Then Point Hope. Melville coming on late, but too late. It's Roman's Paradise to take the finale. Point Hope was second, a 3-way photo for third among Melville.
Roman's Paradise down in the Black Eyed Susan with Dale in that race with Keen Pauline, and we had a bit of a Roman's Paradise in the nightcap at Belmont Park. Carl Domino and Jose Lascano. Always like to see Carl Domino win a race.
Yeah, works hard. His horse has actually been running well, and in spite of the fact that he parked in my parking spot this morning, we'll give him a pass.
We'll let that slide on Preakness week. Everybody's in a good mood, and this edition of Insider is going well, and Cappy gives us a leg up. Moving on to the second look of the day as we get you back to race number 4 and it was Andy Serling's handicapper insider. 2 straight days of a $10 winner. That was the number 4 Wild Finish, although he may have gotten an assist from the runner-up, the old 8-year-old Candyman E.
Yeah, well, we'll give handicapper insider his due. 2 days in a row, wins under a good ride by Luis Saez, but he definitely got an assist. Candyman E had a nightmare trip, got shut off leaving the gate, had problems along the way, finally swung out, finished with interest, but I think he probably was best and just suffered through a brutal trip.
I think he's found the right level, though. Father Time, in a way, has caught up with Candyman E, but he ran well in defeat and one to look for next time out with Blue Stork Stables. As we get on to the rider standings with another Friday down, and Irader Ortiz Jr., 14 wins. He's your top jock heading into Preakness Saturday.
Yeah, no surprise there. Angel Cruz not going quietly into the night. He's going to stick around for the fight. Cornelio, Javier, just a lot of good, talented riders.
And a winless Thursday for Chad Brown. He put an end to that, though. Got the number 11, winning today's second.
Yeah, Chad Brown hitting on all cylinders, as are a number of fine horsemen underneath them. It's fun to see these guys, how well their horses are turned out coming to the paddock.
Some good-sized fields here tomorrow. A bunch of those names will be competing for top purses on the Preakness card at Belmont Park. And I spoke a little too soon. I said we'll look for Candyman E next time out with Blue Stork Stables. We'll go to Lamarcus Stable and Rudy Rodriguez off the claim.
Well, I think he looks like a good claim for 12-5, considering the trip that he had and the way he finished.
It's a Saturday preview. The speedy La Verdad takes on few comers in the stake tomorrow, the Vagrancy. Stay tuned. Soft light at this time of the day at beautiful Belmont Park. They work on that main track. They'll have it tight and ready to go for training tomorrow morning. That commences around 5 a.m. and a bit later. In fact, towards the end of the month on Memorial Day, we'll have the Big Apple Showcase Day program, a live edition of that show, I think from 5 to 6 p.m. right here on MSG+. But there's now, Mig, 3 championship New York bred racing days on the calendar, and they're just always a great time no matter what time of the year.
It's a great thing, and it's warranted. We have so many good New York breds. It's their day to shine. It's nice that they've expanded that program. And like you said, they're horses that give competitive, good, strong races that are fun to wager on, but also fun to watch. And also on Memorial Day, the Mike Venezia Award. So if you haven't voted, you can go on NYRA.com and check out the nominees for the Mike Venezia Award and get your vote in, because it's a really worthwhile award for a man that meant a lot to New York racing.
A few terrific names are up. I've already voted. We hope you do the same after this edition of Insider rides off into the sunset. And speaking of top New York breds, do you turn Distorted Beauty back around rather quickly and take a look at a race like the Mount Vernon? And will Linda Rice, because many expect La Verdad to win the Vagrancy tomorrow, do you stretch back out the critical eye? She ran pretty well there, getting the mile last June or last May at Belmont Park. But let's get to the Vagrancy preview, Mig, with La Verdad, who she has scared almost everybody away.
And rightfully so. She's scary good. Her comeback race here in the distaff that we're watching, she won about as easy as you can win. I mean, yeah, Jose got after a little bit to keep her to task, but she's just so naturally fast. She's got the rail. She's got that speed. I don't see anybody entertaining her early as quick as she is, and she's just good. And do you come back against New York breds, or is she just on to kind of bigger and better things? It enhances her value more, the graded stakes. It'll be interesting. I tend to think she'll stick in the open company for now.
Yeah, you do bring up a good point. She's already got a few open company graded stake scores, including that win we looked at in the distaff on her resume, and it is a good one for Lady Sheila Stables and trainer Linda Rice. But David Jacobson might be the main danger to La Verdad tomorrow. David has entered 2, Frivolity, who was in the wake in the distaff, but he's got room for me, and it's just amazing how good and fast this horse has been since being claimed by David out on the West Coast.
Now, she's really good, and I think they got her back to doing what she wanted to do all along, which is sprint. And the sprinters that are claimers in California, they run faster paced races than we run here. She gets comfortable, she gets involved, she's improved on the East Coast, and I got to think if anybody's going to be a danger to, it's her, although I just think she's going to be chasing her.
3-year-old fillies a bit later in the day. We'll have 3 pick 4s on the live racing card at Belmont tomorrow, and race number 10, the Wait a While, named for a good mare by Maria's Mont. He left us too soon, but he passed on his talents to Wait a While. She was a good filly for Todd Pletcher. We'll talk about her in a few seconds. Sunset Glow's been solid for Wesley Ward, and good to see her back at Belmont.
She's a terrific filly, and the last couple of times she faced the beast from the east, Lady Eli, and no embarrassment being beaten by Lady Eli, who is the best 3-year-old filly probably on any surface in this country. She's just a really, really superior talent, and this filly's run well. The problem is there's a lot of speed in this race going 7 furlongs, and I think she's going to have to rate and rate effectively.
That's the main question, because she's got post number 3, whereas the speedy Lady Shipman, who's a perfect 3 for 3 on the turf, and she's been blazingly fast out of town, is drawn outside Sunset Glow.
Yeah, and she's got that 21 and change sprint speed. You don't see her rating going 7/8, and she's going to be, I think, the fly in the ointment here, how fast she keeps this pace.
We go back to a race down at Gulfstream Park. In fact, the day after the Florida Derby, March 29th, a whole bunch of fillies are coming out of the 2015 edition of the Sanibel Island, and it was Belmont, or a horse trained by Bill Kaplan at the time, and Celestine, who engineered the upset over the likes of Isabel Sings and All in Fun.
Yeah, and these are nice fillies, but they all kind of run up close to the pace, too, and they're going to get outfooted tomorrow. I think you're going to have to see some different dimensions here. Celestine has shown the ability to rate, but she was up closer when they went a little bit slower. You can see when they went 5/8, they went 21 and 3. She was outfooted. Well, I think you're going to see a wickedly fast pace, and she's going to have to revert to those rating tactics as the other horses out of the Sanibel Island.
What do you remember about Wait a While, who, of course, was trained by Todd Pletcher and could carry her speed a long ways on the turf?
I'm not 100% sure, but I think if we go back and look at the past performance, I think I rode her in her first start when she was 3rd on the turf, and I remember her being a filly that had a big turn of foot, but used to run with her head very high. Not the most comfortable for a rider.
All right, great filly by Maria's Mont, who left us too soon, but good to see her name in the program here tomorrow. And how about we wrap up the show? He's standing guard in the paddock when we start the show every single night at Belmont. A look back at the 1973 Preakness with the one and only Secretariat.
Just to watch this electrifying run around the first turn. He's last now, and he's going to be last into the first turn. And then he's going to make this run that you'll never see again in the first turn of a race. These are when horses are still fresh. And he must have got kind of just flushed out to the clear, and he takes off with jockey Ron Turcotte, and I have never seen anything like it. He wins the Derby from well back with a late run. He wins the Preakness with this incredible move around the first turn to take the lead by the backstretch. You're going to see him in your picture any second here, Jason. Here he goes. This is Secretariat moving like a tremendous machine here. And then he takes the Belmont wire to wire. For that 5-week span, I don't think there was a horse in the history of thoroughbred racing that it could have beaten Secretariat.
Time Magazine Super Horse. Boy, oh boy, as Ron Turcotte just sends Big Red down. This must have been something to be alive and watching this horse run. I mean, even I wasn't born yet. I was born in '78, but I watched these old clips of Secretariat, and you just get chills from them. You really do.
Yeah, now that you've made me feel even older than I already am, because I do remember that spring heading into the Derby and all the talk about Secretariat. And I do remember the 3 magazine covers he was on heading to the Belmont, and it was just an amazing thing to see. 25 years from citation to him, just when people were saying it'll never be done again, here comes Secretariat, and then here came Seattle Slew, and there came Affirmed.
And it's been 37 years since Affirmed, back in '78. What does American Pharaoh do at around 6:20 p.m. tomorrow at Pimlico? We find out the greatest game in the world. There is nothing better. We hope you join us here at Belmont. Have a great Preakness day from the Mig and I, and that'll do it. I can barely talk. I'm so excited about the Preakness. We say goodnight to Secretariat, and have a great one.